Hello, everyone. This is Sapphire Blue with Starlight Divine Readings. I hope that you guys are blessed today. I hope that you guys are at peace. Today, during my prayer and meditation time, I was led to shuffle some cards for the collective, for messages. This is just to give encouragement, I feel like, when I got these cards. And my question was simply, what do I need to tell the people? What do I need to tell the people? And these 6 cards came out. I used 2 different decks. I used my Journey of Love, and I used my Enchanted Map. And when I started to interpret the cards, I was like, oh, these are for me. I just know they're for me, but I am part of the collective, and I feel that I should share these with you as well. Because in general, you know, there's no telling what you might be going through, or, you know, it's just encouragement. And I'm not going to go into detail what each card means specifically. I'm just going to give the channeled message that I received. I will let you know what the cards say. We have, from Journey of Love, Shakti. I've seen this card come up a few times in some readings I've done. Knowing without knowing. And we have Communal Dance. Then here we have Gentle Gardener. Education. And encouragement. Okay. Excuse me. So, I don't know if you guys can tell, but these cards are very important messages. Just by the illustrations. And when I begin to look at what they are saying, I begin to feel emotional. Because this resonates with me so well. But like I said, my question was, what do I need to tell the people? So I'm here to tell you guys that the changes that you are going through right now, they may be very difficult. This Shakti energy. You know, the card is number 19, and 1 and 9 is 10. So we've been talking about endings and new beginnings. So I see this as the transformations that are going on, whether they be spiritual, physical, emotional, psychological, all the changes that are happening within you are of divine nature. There is a reason for it. There is definitely a reason for it. We have been shaken up ever since this eclipse came back, way back. And then all these crazy weather patterns, and you know, there were signs and warnings of changes. And now we are seeing them manifest within us. And so things are beginning to tear down. Things are beginning to shift. Things are beginning to move in what seems to be turbulent, chaotic energy. But that is just the stirring up. It's like stirring the pot when you're cooking a soup or gumbo, because you want to get all the flavors. And so when the finished product comes out, it's all the stuff is distributed evenly, the seasonings, and you want to make sure nothing gets stuck, nothing gets burned. So all of these things that are stirring up within you is a formula for change. It's a formula for movement and growth. Underneath it, we have Gentle Gardener. And this is a message to let you know that you have to be conscious still, even during this turbulent time and these endings coming down. And you still have to be mindful of your thought patterns. And remember that even during these turbulent times in your life, or these crazy energy times, that you are still being looked after. You're still being guided. And you have to remember that you are a co-creator with God, with the divine. You are a co-creator of your life. So during these times, if you think negatively, you're going to bring that into your life. You're going to allow yourself to be defeated. So we have to be conscious of how we think during this time, because what we think, how we feel, creates our life. Because it's not what happens to us, it's how we react to what happens to us. Are we going to submit, or are we going to resist? Sometimes we have to surrender. Surrender to the chaos. Surrender to this chaotic energy. I'm not saying be defeated by it, but accept it for what it is. Change is always constant. That's the one thing. Constant is change. Change and constant. It's something that you can't avoid. So during these changes, just know that you are still creating something. There's passion brewing. There's going to be seeds planted. There's going to be new things coming. And with this knowing without knowing, that, you know, and this education card, they kind of go together. They go so well together, because, you know, we are learning lessons in soul evolution. Our soul evolution is what we're here for. So every situation that we go through is bringing us a lesson or a blessing. I always say that to people. And we are learning through trial and error, through making mistakes, through interactions with whomever we come into contact with. You know, it's just inevitable to learn. But we still have to keep a positive mind about the things that we're learning. Because we're coming into an age, into a time where our intuition is important. Our connection is important. Connection with a higher source of power. Connecting to the divine. These lessons that we're learning are bringing us closer to that connection. Bringing us into not only a new way of thinking, but a new way of being, a new state of being. So we're learning lessons. This Shakti reminds me of the tower energy that's been going on with everyone in 2017. And, all of this is coming down so we can rebuild something new. We have communal dance and encouragement here as the last two cards. We're learning how to be more spiritual. I keep telling people the veil is becoming very thin. And knowledge and wisdom is kind of trickling down more and more. There's more awakenings happening. More spiritual growth is happening. More people are coming into learning about who they are, what their soul purpose is. Being closely connected with the higher powers, with their higher selves. Communication is becoming easier as far as mental communication and having those openings, those intuitions, your clairaudience opening, your clairvoyance opening, your psychic abilities, your ESP. All of that's becoming, it's growing. People are becoming more self-aware. And that awareness is going to be widespread soon. But in order for us to enjoy and receive this awareness, we have to clear the clutter. We have to clear out things. And that's where that Shakti energy comes from, that tower energy comes from clearing. So the things that you are going through are teaching us things so we can learn from them, so we can heal from them, so we can clear them, get them out of the way to receive something new. And I know every sign that I've read for the love readings and for the readings talks about this, towers and moving forward. That is the running theme of everyone. Your situation may be different, how it's happening, what's happening to you, how long it's been happening to you. All that may be different, but the general message is change, growth, letting go, forgiveness. Forgive those negative feelings. Move past the hurt and pain. Move past the blockages. Move past anything that is keeping you from connecting to a love energy. Connecting to God. Connecting to yourself, your higher self, of having and receiving love. You have to get rid of all of that. If we want real change in our world, if we want real peace in our world, if we want real acceptance, all of that, there are things that we have to work on in ourselves. We got to stop playing the blame game and take responsibility for what's happening in our lives and understand that on some subconscious level, everything that has happened is a manifestation of our own thoughts. I'm not trying to get preachy here, but I'm just saying that we have to dig deep inside of there sometimes and realize the parts that we're playing in our lives. Because as we grow, as we move forward, as we expand to this greater knowledge of wisdom within and the psychic connections and this intuition and being able to tap in to God and the higher source, we're being moved kind of up the ladder to ascension. We're moving forward. We're coming into different places in our lives to bring us more abundance, to bring us more joy, to bring us closer to God. Because one thing is that we don't ever want to stay stagnant. We don't ever want to stay stagnant in a situation. We want to be able to always move forward. And with this encouragement card down here, that's just letting you know it's time. It's time to move forward. It's time to just let it go. You know, I don't want to quote, you know, Disney, but yeah, it's time to let it go. Be who you are. Receive love. Give love. Be positive. Yes, things are going to happen in your life that creates negative emotions, negative feelings. Sit with it for a while. Acknowledge it. And keep moving. Don't let it build up and create roadblocks. Because you're just going to have to repeat the lesson if you do. And it makes you feel so much lighter when you get rid of all of that. It makes you feel so much better when you get rid of all of that. So we owe it to ourselves to let go of this stuff. We owe it to ourselves to just let it go. To move forward. Accept what God has for you. Accept what the divine has for you. Accept good things in your life. But in order to receive the good, you got to let go of the negative. You got to go of the bad. Let go of the hurt. Let go of the pain. I know I keep repeating myself, but it's just what it is. Because there is a purpose for your soul. And you want to be elevated to a point where you can be what you're destined to be. Be who you're destined to be. Fulfill your mission. Alright guys, you know I like these videos short and sweet, and I don't want to keep you. But I hope you've enjoyed this special reading. I think I will be doing these again more often. I haven't done these in a while. But I hope you enjoyed. And I hope you join me next time. And you guys be blessed always. This is Sapphire Blue with Starlight Divine Readings.